Okay. All right. Welcome back to 215 Trades, the home of the 215 technique. And today we'll be using this technique to successfully look for entries on various pairs, including gold, CAD Euro USD, and possibly even GBP JPY. Haven't tried the 215 technique live as yet on GBP JPY, so that would be very interesting to see today. Additionally, as well, Euro USD, we did take a trade on this yesterday, and also CJ, we did take a trade on it as well. But price seems to be dumping aggressively on the 15-minute time frame on CJ and EU. So let's get right into it. Gold seems to be testing the all-time highs yet again as well. So may need to wait for a pullback on that before I begin. Could possibly an entry two in this region as well. But let's see. All right, so how big is this previous candle? We did get a, oh, that's very big. We did get a bit of a sell-off here where they created new all-time highs. Again, every morning I wake up, there's a new all-time high. Yesterday I ended the stream with a headache, and it's still with me today despite me taking painkillers as well. So hopefully as the day goes by it stops, but let's see. While gold is doing its thing, let's look at Euro USD using the 7, that's the 6:30 candle, and this would be the 7 o'clock candle. Would it be? Yes, 5, 7:05. Yeah, that will be the 7 o'clock candle. So I'm going to begin to put my 215 zone on the USD chart. Let's have a quick look at gold as well. All right, now gold is all right. If I'm not mistaken, isn't this the same place yesterday's zone was? Yes, it is. Okay, then I don't need to redo the zone then, because this is yesterday's 215 zone. So I can still reuse it. Just need to redo the markings for the supports, the higher time frame support. So let's have a look. So this is the, let me just remove these lines here and that there as well. You take a good buy from this support here at the lower time frame. So let's look. So on the 15-minute time frame, we do have a few 15-minute supports in this area right here as well. Ultimately, let's just put it at the furthest one just the same. Good morning, Leo. Good morning, Mark. What's gold doing? Still pulling back. It's now 7:05 a.m. If we can get a pull back to these range below here again, it would be pretty nice to start the point of the 215 zone at the lower ends versus starting it at the higher ends. So let's see if we can just get some structure to be formed on gold before I look to take anything to apply the range on it. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, Sylvia. For some reason, I can't see my YouTube chat. You're late. What do you mean by you're late? No, you're not late. We haven't done anything yet. I haven't done anything yet. So the 215 zone from yesterday, Euro USD session is still applicable. We're still in that specific that same space as well. So I'm just looking at trying to find the higher time frame resistance that I can use as targets as well. here would also be like a 30-minute support. So I guess I can move that from right there and switch that to my 30-minute support. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. See also what we're looking at 1 hour time frame. I'll just use resistance. There's no need for me to mark it all the way out. I just need to have an idea of what it's going to look like. Pretty interesting though as well how the 215 technique actually works on the currencies and the currency pair. It's been so good so far since I have started to do the back test and also the live testing as well for using the 215 technique on these pairs. All right, always I am first here. Yeah, all yeah, all is first. That is in fact true. Now we're getting a pretty strong push here on Euro USD since it has come in the zone. It hasn't really break a bit, but if we close below that zone, that's a pretty clean range on the 5-minute time frame for it to travel from here to here. And I will be, because yesterday I got that buy from it from, I think it was somewhere off here, and it went up into the lower quadrant of the lower half of the zone. So we'll be interested in again to see if I can replicate that buy. Now because it's currently cryptocurrency, not cryptocurrency, because it's forex, the entry tools are a little bit different. Because I think yesterday what I attempted to do was to actually use just one candle for confirmation. Haven't back tested it as yet, but I'm actually live testing it, which is better in some instance for me. So let's see what's going to happen. Let me just put an alert here on Euro USD, see how that plays out for today, if we can get another pretty decent entry on this as well. All right, so let that continue to simmer there. Let's look at CAD JPY. Is now back in this little range here. What was the measurement on so it's 8 from the point of interest. 1 minute until that 5-minute candle closes, and this 15-minute candle closes in 6 minutes. All right, I'm gonna wait until this 15-minute candle close before I add the 215 zone on it. Hopefully, if it could come back to this area right here, this 15-minute support here, and close in this range, then that would be good, because it would give me a very clean direction downwards and also clean direction upwards as well. But if it retraces a bit, this area could be like a sell area, the sell line, and we could have the buy area somewhere above that to have that open range to go back up on CJ. So I'm gonna give that 5 minutes and until that candle closes. Euro USD is now, wow, okay, Euro USD is now just below the zone, has just triggered the sell line alert, and there's 40 seconds left on this. So if it closes about a pip away from the bottom of the sell line, I'm going to try to take that sell, and I'll target that 30-minute support as my area. So let's see what's going to happen. That was very quick though. Morning has really just started. It's dumping more aggressively. Yeah, it's going more aggressively. Should have taken it on the break. Yeah. All right. So that's definitely gonna continue. That's going to continue down way more than where it is. However, because it's close so far from the zone, I'm not going to take that. That's like 3 pips away. I would say between 1.5 pip based off the historicals, if I was going to look to take that. But so I'll still put my alert. I'm going to put my alert back on my point of interest, and I'm also going to put an alert on my 30-minute support here. Because if price does dump down into these areas on Euro USD, I'll be looking to take a buy again, possibly take it from here as it did in these previous stages. So one to watch. Let that stay, and then 4 minutes I will do the markings on CJ. All right, gold is still doing its thing, still at all-time highs yet again. Hold on. GJ. Now GJ was pretty interesting. We didn't take an entry yesterday on GJ. We didn't take any entries yesterday on GJ. It didn't quite confirm anything on stream, so I didn't take it. However, I will attempt to do it today using the 215 technique. So let's just this looks similar to CJ. The GJ and CJ looks quite similar, which I'm guessing is because of the JPY, the JPY aspect of it, because there was some news which came out. Well, there are quite a few red folders right now on the JPY part, on the JPY pair. So that could be the reason as to why the GJ and CJ look so similar. As you can see, two massive candles coming off of the top right there. So I will wait until this 5-minute candle closes, until this 15-minute candle close, and then I will apply the 215 zone on it with the correct sizing, and then I'll test it. All right, good. Back to gold, still at all-time highs. Hopefully, if we could get just some retracement on this for me to actually add a zone, because if I add a zone to this bit, it would, no, you know what, I'll tell you what, it's not too difficult. Yeah, I can still apply the zone here. So what I'm going to do for the top, I would have to still do a 15-minute rejection line for the top. However, I'm going to have to use the standard 1.5 from the buy line. So I will do that. So so once this 15-minute candle, well, it would be 15 minutes. So once this 15-minute candle closes, once it closes here for, so I'm going to do the same thing for gold that I'm going to be doing for GJ and also CJ as well. EU, that one's close to low, too low below my range for me to take that sell. So I'm either gonna have to wait for it to complete its down move to my buy area in this region here for me to look for a buy to take it back to the range. So waiting for it to do that. Have an alert there on the 30-minute support there. Have an alert on that point of interest, because if it comes back to that point of interest, I'll be interested to see what it would do after that. And then I'll apply the ranges on this. All right, so let's see where gold is at. All right, so gold is dumping. Might as well just start off with gold all depending. Let's remove these. And then we can get right into it. CJ, that's fine. I will know wherever this candle closes, because if I'm going to be doing gold, it's going to move. All right, 15-minute candle is dumping. That's fine. I think I do have range above and below for that's perfect. Okay. All right, good. All right, 1 second. All right, good. So I can begin. All right, so I'm going to put my point of interest here at the bottom of this candle. Let's go for, no, that's daily. That should be POI. Measuring $2 above from that. So if that's 3039, so I'm going for 304. 304.1.836 for 1.8836. All right, that's going to be my buy line. Okay, for that, and my sell line is just going to be just below that, because if that's 3039, that's going to be 3079, right? 3037.836. 836, and this is going to be my sell line on the still on the 15-minute time frame. Let me just put my 215 zone there. All right, so I have that as my 215 zone. I'm going to use the, what's this? I'm going to use the tip of this wick as my rejection. It's going to be my 15-minute R, and then I'm going to use this end here as my sell side 15-minute rejection as well. So let's just put that on to the 15-minute. What's the number? 15-minute R. All right, so that's going to be my sell side rejection. All right, pretty decent so far. Let's go to the higher time frames, showing it some love, adding in the 30-minute support all the way to where it needs to go. So I'm going to look for this section right here as my 30-minute resistance. And then let's look. These are all wicks down here, but I think this one is perfect to be the 30-minute support area. When will you come back down, gold? That's what we want to know. All right, 1 hour, we have all of the structure below, but none specifically at the top. So that's perfectly fine though, because we will be in discovery mode if we do confirm a buy. So it would be for you just to hold and see how far gold will go. All right, so this is going to be the 1 hour support on gold. Let's go back to the 5-minute time frame just to see what this looks like. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hold on, guys. My mouse just died. All right. Good. Just got the charger connected. All right. We got an alert on EU already. Okay. So that did properly dump down through the areas. All right. Let's let it rest for a minute. Rest for a minute. Gold. So for gold, looking for the usual stuff. Price to break above, test that area, pull back and close above for me to look to possibly take a buy at this. I'm hoping to see some new highs being created. All right, but let's say price doesn't do that. Price comes down and tests that 15-minute rejection, pulls back into the range and close below. Then I'll be looking for price to be retracing to test the supports on the higher time frame that it has. There's so many supports that it needs to test going down. So let's see what's gonna happen here with gold. All right, good. So we have that marked out. Let me just put an alert on my 15-minute rejection lines, both of them, both on the buy side and also on the sell side. All right, because we have a lot of pots on the stove, so we're gonna have to be sharing the love here in the kitchen. Now let's go to EU, see what EU is doing. Now EU is now on that 30-minute support area. Right on that 30-minute support area, did get, as a matter of fact, I think I got two buys in this region yesterday, one from here and also one from here again. So it's a pretty strong buy area on EU, right? This 30-minute support is, but the thing is, I haven't back tested the entry tool, right? So what I did is that I just waited for one rejection candle from the 30-minute support area. So I'll check back with this in the next 3 minutes just to see what's going on. But let's go to CJ, and then we'll go to GJ and apply the 215 zone on this. All right, so gold is still doing its thing. All right, so let's go. All right, so put in my point of interest here on CJ. So this is going to be my POI, still on the 15-minute time frame. What's the figure? It should be 8. All right, so if it's 8, so that's 80 to 8 is 16. Yeah, 280 is 16, carry the 1. So 569. All right, good. 560. 569. 569, that is going to be the buy line. And then on the 15-minute time frame as well, we also need to identify the sell area. So what's going to be the sell area? We're going to take 80 from that, so that's going to be 409 for the sell line. All right, so that's going to be 409 for the sell line. So let's put that right there. Where it is, sell line. Okay, good. All right, let's put my 215 zone. Let's put my 215 zone on so I know what I am looking at. So that's going to be my really. All right, that's going to be my 215 zone. All right, good. Love to see the prices playing around that point of interest area, so that's brilliant. All right, good. So we're not doing any rejections on CJ based on how the price action moves. However, I can see where I do have like a 15-minute support immediately below this range right here. So it does seem it does look like a pretty good buy area based on the previous price action. So let's see what's going to happen in this zone. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame. Let me switch this to the 15-minute line. That's going to be a 15-minute thereabouts, and then this is going to be the 30-minute support on that. And then let's look for the 30-minute support as well above, so you know what's going to be your target areas for this. So this is going to be the 30-minute resistance. All right, so let's go to the 5-minute time frame, see what's going on. Price is cooking up pretty nicely on that. Let's put a alert here on that buy line, and also put an alert here on, oh wait, I said it in reverse. All right, good. So that's set. So this pot has been placed on the stove. So let's see how that one cooks up. Euro USD. All right, so Euro USD is rejecting now from that 30-minute support. Still have 30 seconds left on that candle. All right, let's see. Ideally, I would like to see it pull back just a little bit more below the line. Don't close green just yet because I don't want to take it so high. I want to see it come down a bit, like you can see here with these wicks of these candles. So if it can come below the lines, I'll just wait a bit. I don't think this is ready for me just yet, just to take the buy. So I'm going to wait just a bit. All right, gold, what's gold is doing? 5-minute time frame, gold is still within the 215 zone. CJ still moving nicely. Euro USD, all right, so it didn't close green, no, but there's another candle forming. All right, good. So I'll wait on that to come. I'll check it periodically. And now GJ, let's go to GJ. Was this okay? All right, well, that's good. Let's zoom in on this one. Now I haven't taken an entry on GJ using the 215 technique, but if we do get one today, it's gonna be the first, and we can test to see how good it is here together. All right, so putting it here, I think based on how GJ moves, I think it moves with such high volatility. I'm using a bigger zone. right? But as time goes on, I may need to revise that zone as we did with CJ and also EU as well. So let's see, what does this look like? All right, so gold still in the center of the range right there. So CJ's right there, GJ, sorry. So let's go to the point of interest. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet liked the stream, could you just please go ahead and do so? Thank you very much for the support. All right, so that's going to be my point of interest. Point of interest is at 48. All right, let's go. Let's go. EU seems to be rejecting. Yeah, is rejecting from that 30-minute support. First rejection candle, and it's going pretty strongly above. All right. Hold on. Let me just do the calculations on this. All right, so the sell line should be at 193.948. That's going to be the sell line. See, wait, which line is that crossing for CJ? Crossing the sell line, but there's a 50-minute support area right here. And it's a strong buy area as well. Pretty strong buy area as well. As we can see, each time price came in, it rejected. So let's see what it's going to do in that regard. And for the buy line, it's going to be 194.1148. Now, based on how GJ moves, I think it's like you can do a retest on it based on how it moved, because it really does do a lot. It's as volatile as gold, I would say, at times, and it's a very popular and highly traded pair as well. So I would be interested to see how it actually does react when it comes on to the retesting and all of that. CJ was breaking below the sell line. Has it retraced? Yes, it has retraced a bit back in the zone. Hasn't closed below the zone as well. Now let's look at it. Still on the 15-minute time frame. There is a 50-minute support line here on GJ, but it's also a pretty strong buy line as well. As you can see, each time price wicked into this area, it catapulted to the top. So we may be able to look for some buys in this region just the same. So let's just see and react. Hold on, 30-minute support. I have a 30-minute support right here. I'm guessing the news which came out, is very strong for the it's very strong for the yen currency, because all the other currency against it are going down. What's this? 30-minute 30-minute resistance. That 30-minute support does seem to, okay, but if it breaks that 30-minute support, you know, you're looking all the way down here for it to actually come. But that's a massive sell-off though. GJ. Is Adam here today? The GJ specialist. 1 hour support. Go to the 5-minute time frame just to see what's going on. Yeah, it has broken it and is continuing downwards. Same for CJ. So it is pushing through this 15-minute support here. It's not withholding that 15-minute support. So it's maybe impact being caused by the news that came out that is causing it to dump. So let me put the alert on that 30-minute support if it continues to push down to that region as well, and I'll have a look at it then. Euro USD still acting around this area, so these are still, just have to wait until these cook out. All right, back to gold. It's now 7:32 a.m. here in London. Outside seems really sunny today. Temperature outside, I think it's about 6 degrees maybe. Ooh, 2 degrees actually. So it's pretty cold. So price is breaking towards the upside on gold. So let's see if we can get a break and retest off that rejection line to come back to the range to confirm another buy for price to continue to go higher to create new all-time highs again. Not a good idea to sell gold, rather wait for a retracement to buy. Yeah, so that's what that's what the price is doing now. So if price can break above the range here, Ryan, test this area with a retracement back into the range and confirm the buy, then I'll be looking for a buy. I don't know, all the market seems to be going down. CJ is going down. EU is it's going down as well, and gold is going up. The whole one that's going up. GJ as well is going down. Yeah, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not taking an entry two. So, Ryan, to be honest, since last week until this week, each time there's an entry two to confirm, it's like it's a spanking session. So the flavor of gold, the flavor of the gold market has changed, and I know. Well, what do you want to say change? Well, the flavor of the gold market is now pretty like upward, where the 215 is not grasping the moves because gold is moving with such volatility. It's more volatile than it normally is. So I understand why you'd say no entry two. But in time, once things settle down, price of gold will definitely come back. Entry two is good if you're scalping on a 3-minute time frame and we eat 20 pips and close. Fair enough. I would have to definitely backtest the 3-minute time frame. I know that quite a few persons, they do take confirmation on the 3-minute time frame, but I've never really dived into it. Entry two for buys would be good as well, because that will actually be going with the overall flow of the market. Okay, so GJ is continuing all the way down, so it's dumping pretty nicely. All right, so if we look, we did get that little break below the zone, but that 15-minute support, that's what threw me off a bit for that entry, because it was so close to the range, and it does have a pretty strong buy reaction in the past. So that's been expecting to see if we get that same reaction again, but it is dumping, and it's dumping aggressively. Possibly may even go all the way down to that 1 hour support. I'm guessing the same thing would be happening on CJ as well. Yeah. So definitely going down. Euro USD as well is also dumping. Wow. But why is Euro USD dumping? There's no news. There's no USD or Euro. Oh wait, the Euro. Okay. Okay. So there's some talks going on now, it seems, on Euro. And there's a bit of stuff coming out on Euro as well. So all of the markets right now that we're looking at are all dumping. Euro USD is dumping. That just broke that 1 hour support. Let's look at the 4 hour time frame to see. Would be right here in that region. If not, it's definitely gonna go to this bit. Wow, should have taken that. Yeah, but that exceeded how far I wanted it to fall from the zone. So didn't take that sell, didn't quite take that sell. But if we had taken the risk and taken that sell, that would be remarkable, because that's a massive, massive drop downwards to that 4 hour support. Pretty decent. And I'm guessing that CJ, they're doing the same thing. Blinded by that 15-minute support there. Thought we would get a reaction to it, but we're not getting any reaction to it. And price is just dumping down on all of these pairs that we're looking at. Gold has just tested the buy line and has just pulled back into the range and is now dancing around the point of interest area. GJ as well is dumping. Yes, I know. If is a it's a very dangerous word, yeah, because we could have taken it, went against what the usual rules, and then you could have gotten spanked. But it really does look good. So didn't take that sell though, didn't take that sell on GJ because that 15-minute rejection line was right there, and it does seem, based off historicals, that this was a pretty good buy line where we have reaction. Price came in, touched it, and rejected. So I was expecting to see some level of reaction in this range, but it didn't. Also, it did the same thing for CJ as well. So we missed out on that sell. All right, for those two pairs, but on EU, because that price dumped down so far away from the 215 zone, because it went down by 3 pips. Actually, it's more than 3 pips, almost. Oh no, 4 pips. So that's like 100% more than what I would go for. Cause I would say between 1, I'll say maybe 1 and 2, just to be safe. So missed out on that sell, and price now has just fallen all the way down. All the way down. So gold is the next bet. So let's see what gold is going to do. It's now 7:39 a.m. here in London. So let's see if it's a case where gold is going to retrace, test, reject, buy, or what is it going to do? Where did the Asian market open? 5, 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Where's 9 o'clock? Where's 9 o'clock? Here. Okay, so that's basically on the 30-minute support. Has price come back to no? We may actually see gold come back to that Asian market open to retest that area. So let's see. Euro USD. CJ, it's at 30-minute support as well. Are we getting a reaction? Or are we still continuing to go? All right, if it missed that 30-minute support, where else can it go? Wow, it's just this is a pretty clean open range, that is. So if it's such an open range, they could definitely fall all the way down. Definitely fall all the way down to that range. So that's a very good move. Not on that move though. Let's see if Euro USD is looking to reject in this little spot here. So these currency pairs, they can confirm their retracement and retest the lower supports, but gold can't do that. How interesting. I'm going to put an alert here. See how price is reacting to these areas. See if it's a case where it would want to continue back up, because this was a breakout on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see if he wants to come back to retest that breakout. Gold is evenly distributed across the 215 zone, as you can see, and Euro USD as well is still just continuing to dump downwards. So let's see what it's going to do. Okay. What's my okay, gold. Still dancing with the stars. And GJ is continuing. These pretty strong down move can, just be a quick retracement for buys on these pairs. So it's just for us to identify where we can get that those buys from. It actually did come to that 4-hour support. As you can see, this is a breakout area on EU. So let's see if I get another green candle on this. Oh, that's a lot of red. But if I can see some changes on the flow of these candles, then I could look for the take up buy on EU from that 4-hour support. Let's see. these two candles do have a lot of volume. See if the trend wants to change or not. CJ is doing the same thing as well, rejecting from that 30-minute support. As you can see, GJ is in the middle of the night. Pretty open range this is. All right, what time is it? It's now 7:46 a.m. London opens in 14 minutes to be exact. So let's see what is going to happen. Getting a break below that sell line. GJ is pulling back. EU is continuing downwards. Need some structure to be created. Same for EU, need some structure to be created. All right, let's focus on gold now. We have 30 minutes until London opens. This 30-minute support seems like a pretty strong buy area as well, as you guys can see. $15-minute rejection line tested just now. Prices dump into that 30-minute support. Would say the sell line has been properly tested. We have London opening coming in as well in 10 minutes. Okay, EU does showing signs. What Control Z. Well, I'll need some more structure. Need a little bit more confirmation for that flip. CJ doing the same thing as well. I'm guessing GJ is doing the same thing as well. All right, so let's see what the next 5-minute candle does on these pairs. All right, gold tested that 15-minute rejection line. 10 minutes until London open as well, so we have to be pretty cautious as to what that inflow of the London volume is going to do to the market. Is this the 5-minute time frame? Surely that can't be right. Hold on. Price is rejecting from that 15-minute rejection line, going back into the range. We have London opening in 7 minutes as well. So okay, good. Rejections are looking good in CJ and GJ as well. All right, 5 minutes until London open. Price is below the range. Hasn't retested the range as yet. But London opens in 5 minutes. Should be seeing a steady inflow of volume at that point in time. 30-minute support pretty strong. Hasn't closed, well, since it's formulated, it hasn't quite closed below it since it has been retested. Okay. Why am I on the 5-minute, the 3-minute time frame? No wonder why it looks so weird. Because I was here comparing my trading view to MT5, and I'm saying, why does it look so different? Not remembering that I was actually on the 5-minute time frame for gold, on the 3-minute time frame for gold. Fifty-minute rejection line pretty strong as well, as you can see. And London opens in 5 minutes. Okay. Greetings, Mr. Evans. Welcome. Okay. All right. Someone is laughing. Not sure why you guys are laughing. Why you guys are laughing? Share the joke. All right. Euro USD. Yeah, the change seems like it's not happening now, and GJ is retracing to retest, so that's fine. GJ is doing the same thing, but London opens in 2 minutes. I want to see what London is going to do. That 30-minute support does look like a pretty interesting buy range as well. So let's see what's going to happen. Price is pushing down. One minute until London opens. Let's see what London is going to do. How much has gold increased by already? Only $1. Okay, so we should be, if it goes to retest all-time highs, then I think we could look for prices to go to like 360, 3060, or even 3070. All right, 8:02 a.m. Let's see what's happening here. What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to create a new all-time high again in the London session? What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know if we're going to get a new high here on gold, or we're going to be getting some retracement. What do you guys think is going to happen? What do you guys think London is going to do? Price is still below the 215 zone. Hasn't tested the 30-minute support just yet. And it's not doing anything. Usually the first open candle would be the candle with the volume, but you're not seeing that. Could be a delayed reaction. We're waiting for 805. So let's see. Because Gaza and Russia has things. I haven't seen any news lately with it, so I'm guessing as it changed 350 before NY opens. Yeah, I think so too. Think so too. If I'm not mistaken, I think the last thing I heard on the Gaza pit was that they're restarting the war. Is that right? I think that was the last thing I heard. The peace treaty, I believe. But let's see. Don't mind getting an entry too from that 30-minute support though. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame just to have a quick look. To see. Wait a minute, what's this? Oh, so this is so that 30-minute support is actually the Asian Open. So we could very well see price come in to retest that area though. Again, we could see that happening. But let's say, because it's all red at the minute. Price is pushing down. Okay. Is not breaking that 30-minute support even with the opening of London. It's 10 minutes into the London. So I'm guessing that they're focusing on something else, but they're not looking at gold at this present minute. But let's see, could be just a delayed volume coming in. Haven't had a decent, haven't ate a meal. Haven't ate a meal on gold in so long. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet liked the stream, please go ahead and do so. Thank you very much for the appreciation and the support. So I'm just waiting patiently now just to see what's going to happen here. The 30-minute support has been tested. That's for sure. Hold on, did you mark it? No, you didn't mark it. So it has just broken below that 30-minute support. Let me just see where else we could get a rejection from on the 30-minute time frame. Let's look at the daily. Is there anything on the daily in here? No, there's nothing on the daily in here. All right, let's go back. So we have these additional areas. Let's put them in white so they don't blind us. Can't be surprised we get in a retracement though as well, because there's a pretty strong up move that gold has been trending on for a while, so you'd expect that some of that will happen. It's pretty aggressive dip, that is. So we see where London wants to do. So London is selling off the market for gold. Didn't confirm that retest for us again, but I don't think we're out without. We're not counting the 215 out of the race just yet. Reason being, we have been in a steady uptrend for so long. We're getting price dumping down. Now we still have some areas here which we can already have a mark the 4-hour support where we can actually do get some rejections from for an entry to. So an entry to right now in this situation, it would be favorable as well because the overall trend of the market is up, right? So an entry two would be going with the overall trend of the market. So let's see what's going to happen here. Let's have a look at the 4-hour time frame and just mark that 4-hour support out. You don't even have a 4-hour support. The 4-hour support is at that 1-hour support as well, and also at those 30-minute intermediary lines that have marking. If not, it will all be all the way down here. Price hasn't retraced back to 2,998 since it has broken out of that area, right? And I was anticipating. Was it Monday? When did we get that spanking? Was it on Friday? I don't recall. I don't remember when. If it was Monday or it was Friday, because it's giving me amnesia. But price hasn't tested any of these area as yet, and I know that I'm not the only one that's waiting for that sell-off, because that's what. Oh, that's a lot of pips, right? That's a lot. That's a very. It's like a buffet of pips in that range. Price hasn't broken it, and I'm guessing if it breaks this 1-hour support, let's look at the 1-hour time frame. Where else could it go? It also has this little range here. Don't use that. Let's use Alt H. That's that range right there, which it can go to, and it also has that range as well. But so price is dumping now on gold. I didn't confirm that retest for me to take that sell. As you can see, you wouldn't want to take an at 215 go here as well. Price is broken too far away from the zone with this little area right here as well. So just waiting to see if I can get a confirmation on the entry tool for a buy. So let's see. Would be decent though if it came down to the to 3028 to confirm that entry two, because that's at the bottom of the range. 15-minute time frame. What does these look like? Yes, that's a 15-minute support. That is. This is pretty close to that 15-minute support right here at the bottom here, and then the next one will be here. Okay, all right. So we do have some pretty solid points which we can get that that entry to from. It's just for a price action to confirm it for us. We just have a quick look on Google to see news. So I'll just type in breaking news, see what that is. All right, 54 minutes ago. So Putin has rejected the ceasefire. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Let's just have a quick read of that. So this came out 54 minutes ago. It's a 6-minute read. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to go through the basics. Putin has rejected Donald Trump's proposal for an intermediate ceasefire after a frank phone call on Tuesday between the two presidents. So that happened yesterday, because I think today is Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. Instead, Russia leader agreed to a 30-day pause. Okay, so not a ceasefire, but they agreed to a 30-day pause in attacks on the energy plants and infrastructure, and to hold further talks on stopping the hostiles in the Black Sea. And Putin is saying he doesn't want them to mobilize or rearm. All right, good. So that may be having some reactions to the market just yet, because that's still adding some level of uncertainty here as well in the markets. Let's see if there's anything else. Russia and Ukraine launch air attacks after Putin Trump call. Really? Really? Yeah. When will it end, right? Yeah, I'm just looking to see. Yeah, that was the only thing that I saw. So, all right, gold is jumping down now. Yeah, Mark, when will it end, right? Sometimes I think to myself, like, what, how, like, how great, we would be, as like how advanced we would be as a species, like if we all came together and like just put our minds together, like work together to make, to improve. Like, not, let's just say, on a continent, but every single person in the world, like, like our scientists and our doctors and all of them, if they all came together, um, and just work on stuff, I think we would be so advanced, from a technological perspective. Not only that, but also medicine, as well. And all of these every day-to-day problems that we having all these energy crises and all of that. If we were all working together right across the world, and all of that would be obsolete. But instead, we fight against each other, which is pretty sad. Pretty sad. All right, prices at that 30-minute support right here, marking by that broken line, and it's now rejecting from that area as well. Now, was it Ryan that mentioned the 3-minute time frame? Well, the 3-minute time frame would definitely had confirm an entry too, with these two candles rejecting from it. Hey, honey, good morning to you. How are you doing today? Massive rejection from that 30-minute support right there. Too big though for us to take an entry on. Let's see if we can get a retest of that candle. How have you been, honey? Have you been all right? That 30-minute support here is becoming a resistance. As you can see, price is struggling to break above that barrier. Yeah, you've been good. All right, that's pretty nice to hear, my friend. Pretty nice to hear, my friend. I've been all right. Still have a lingering headache from yesterday. Not sure where it came from, but I'm all right outside of that. Actually, no. we have a big we have any I don't know. We have been starving. I have been starved. Gold has been starving me out. I haven't gotten any decent meal from gold in a while. I think with the all-time highs has really just been running rings around the 2-on-5 technique. So we haven't grasped the market just yet. And look at the sell that he just confirmed, but didn't confirm a retest and all of that. So, no. We trying new things though. We trying new things. To basically, we're opening smaller franchise on other pairs as well, just to fill in the gaps for these. I forgot about these. Oh, look at that. I forgot about these that I was actually looking on. Wow, it's when you're not used to something. So they did confirm the rejections though. So we're actually now doing the 2-on-5 technique on currencies now, which works out pretty fine so far. Yeah, we're looking for buys in this area. Outside bar by gold though. Well, let's see what's gonna happen. That's fine. I'm still going live again as well in the NY session as well. Because now that I'm looking at currencies as well, there's a lot of volume in the NY session. So I shall be live there as well. Yeah, the market has been crazy. It's just that most of the moves that the market is making is not a 2-1-5 move, you know. And I don't like taking an entry that's not a 2-1-5 move because it goes against the rules and then puts me at risk as well, which I don't like. So price is rejecting from that 30-minute support, that the red one that has is now acting as a support and is keeping price down. Yeah, as you can see, it's keeping price down. It's now 8:25 a.m. here in London. 30 minutes ago, the London market opens and price swiftly sold off on gold. Yeah, the 30-minute support is pretty strong. And he's doing a lot of work to keep price below it. So we may be looking to actually be going lower since London open prices down from the zone about 50 pips. I remember those days when we had 50 pips for breakfast. Yeah, price is continuing down just the same. Price is in this little range here. This 30 minutes of this 30-minute resistance now is pretty strong. Hasn't broken above it just yet. see what's going to happen here. All right, so I think gold is going to continue lower from here. If it breaks this 30-minute support, then sure, it will go back up. But in this little range here, it's struggling to break out of this range right now. Just one candle that wicked above it, and that was all the action that we saw for it. But so far, it's still in the lower end of this new little range that it has formed right here. (8:32 a.m. here in London. Hold on, guys. Let me get a glass of water. Okay. Yep. Price is dumping. That sell would have been so decent. Price is dumping aggressively, still at that next 30-minute support line. Tested it. Not confirming an entry two as well. Haven't confirmed an entry two as well for a buy. Still have that one over on that. Still have two more zones below. All right, good. Price is going down. I'm pretty sure a lot of persons didn't see that coming. Pretty sure a lot of persons didn't see that coming. Such a strong sell. Price couldn't break that 30-minute support, but it's still going down now. So look at this on the 5-minute time frame. Now I'm just waiting for an entry two to be confirmed on any of these supports. So let's see what's gonna happen on that. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, and funny thing enough, it, it, the market can surprise us. Where this sell, this small sell that is starting off now, can also be that big catalyst, are the big reason or the root cause, right, which could cause for gold, for the price of gold now to actually even retest the $2,998. It's a pretty far drop away, but sometimes all it needs is just a small reason to cause that. So it's pretty interesting and exciting at the same time as well. So just waiting for an entry two somewhere. Waiting for an entry two, because even though it's falling like this, it has to cool off. It's not like it's creating higher highs where I don't know where it's going. Um, I know where it's going because I have support lines, so I can track it and try to wait for it to cool off at one of these support rest stops, and then try to take an entry two from that point. Now look at that, price is dumping down aggressively as well at that 1 hour support, has broken through that 1 hour support and is still going. At that final spot, if it breaks this spot, then you know it is going way below that area. Let's see. It's at that 1 hour support. Good spot for an entry too. Let's see if we can get something. Is anyone in a sell right now? Not sure based on your strategy, did it confirm a sell for you, or are you in a sell? Yeah, price is coming down. It's going down, down, down. It's going down. Nice, nice. Congrats, Sylvia. Yeah, it's still pushing. If it breaks below that, then that's it. It's gone for days, man. First sign of a green candle. Is this green candle gonna be our friend though? 8:45 a.m. 15 minutes left on stream as well. Okay. It's a pretty open range below that line, that is. Hey, official. Okay, show. All right, that was the first green candle. Pretty strong long move coming right into, I believe this was a one level support as well. But if price continues to dump, then it's just going to continue to fall all the way down to the ground. Yeah. Man, gold has just been doing laps around me, I tell you, man. Doing laps around me. And you'd expect these things to happen because you have such a specific criteria for entry. So you do miss out on quite a lot of moves. That I know for sure. But yeah, it's just gonna go. But yeah. All right. On that note, guys, I'll leave goal until the NY session. So I'll be back on at around 12:30 thereabouts. But just set that alert notification on. You'll definitely get that notification once I am going live later on today if you want to come and keep my company, or if you want to keep my company during your trading session as well. All right, so on that note, I'll leave it here for you guys today for the London session. Hope you guys are having a blast and you are eating some pips, but the chef is starving. All right, so hopefully the London will be much better from what we have now. So I'll see you guys, not London, in New York. So I'll see you guys then, and hopefully this headache will go away as well. So you see you guys. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, my friends, and happy trading.